Hello viewers, today we are going to see certain scenarios where lack of drug effect cases will be considered as a serious, equivalent to serious and need to be submitted within 15-day time frame. So generally lack of drug effect cases will be considered as a non-serious cases and those will be submitted in a usual manner, not in an expedited manner. But these are some exceptional scenarios or circumstances where we need to expedite those cases. So first one is medicinal product used in the critical condition or a life-threatening condition. So if any medicine which is used in the critical condition or life-threatening disease and that is not working or it's ineffective, there is a failure in that treatment. So in such scenarios, those need to be considered as a lack of drug effect, but we need to submit those cases within 15-day time frame. So example is adrenaline that is used in the anaphylactic shock or anaphylactic reactions. So if that drug is not working in that scenario, so patient may not be, I mean, there are chances where patient may not be surviving. So that's why it's very important in that those scenarios drug should work. So when in regular scenario if drug is not working, that is fine, can be acceptable in some, I mean, some percentages, but for life threatening condition it should not be. That's why those cases are need to be submitted within a 15-day time frame or expected manner. Second one is vaccine failure. So in case of vaccine, that is generally given for the as a prophylactic treatment, so that any prevention of some certain diseases. So if any vaccine is given and still that particular disease is occurring despite giving the vaccine, so in that scenario that is called as vaccine failure, and that will also be considered as a serious, equivalent to serious, and need to be submitted in an expedited way in a 15-day time frame. The reason for this is that we should be aware whether any variant or some changes are happening in the vaccines, so that should be getting communicated in expedited manner throughout the world, across the world. That's why these cases are getting expedited. So I'm just giving brief idea like why these are the only scenarios which are considered as a serious. And third one is contraceptive failure. If some females are using contraceptive methods so that they will not get pregnant, so in such scenarios despite using the contraceptive medicines, if patient or the female is getting pregnant, then those scenarios are considered under the contraceptive failure. So in this scenario, for example, levonorgestrone and some medicines are available in the market. Those are taken, still patient female get pregnant. So in that scenario, so this is also considered as equivalent to 15 days time frame submission or equivalent to serious cases, because that's one of the important scenario. Patient drug should not. I mean, it's like drug has not worked, and this is one of the special scenario from the lack of drug effect. So these are the three scenarios where those are considered as a different than the regular lack of drug effects cases. This though there are no any other adverse reactions available along with them. There are two exceptions for this scenario. One is like if a reporter has specifically stated that outcome was due to disease progression or mentioned that it's not related to the medicinal product. So one example is like in certain carcinogenic cases or cancer cases, already disease is getting progressed, and it's a well known scenario where disease progressing and drug will not work or some in something like that. In this these scenarios, this particular 15 days timeline will not be there, so disease progression will be considered as an event in those scenarios. And second one is clinical judgment. So one of the example is that if any antibiotic or any drug which is used for medicine used for any disease which is not as per the approved label of that particular drug, so obviously if the drug is not approved and not tested in the in for that particular disease, so obviously if it is not working, so though it is a life-threatening condition or some other conditions, so as the drug is not mean to work for that particular condition. So in that scenario, though it is not working, so for that in pharmacology we have another term, that is drug ineffective for an unapproved indication. So that will be getting coded, but it will not be considered as a lack of drug effect and will not be submitted as a 15-day time. Thank you so much.